I mean, we're all vulnerable to social media, and seeking approval. But I think it exploits that vulnerability in human psychology. I think social media does that. Speaking from my own experience, as I said to you, I had to take some time off last year, and it was because I just felt pressured into being this person online, and like I was expected to
it's the
continue
pressure,
being, and I felt like I can't be that person because I've got children to raise and I've got a husband to look after, I've got a home to keep. Do you know what I mean? You've got all these things that are real, and when you
actual real life.
yeah, so you choose to get involved here, and for me it was just like having a fun, and obviously I had a motive, I had a means to an end, which was to empower women, and you was with me on that journey, and it was great.
I'm like, that's where we
and so when you decide to leave it, it's almost like it's the people don't let you go. The app doesn't let you go because it keeps calling you back. It keeps notifying you. So it's really hard. You have to be a really strong person.
Yeah, it's about boundaries as well, though, because I find with social media, like, I'm actually guilty. I'm one of those people that's constantly posting or doing something, but it's because there's so many advantages to like social media, and I think as well we actually forget that it's a highlight reel. Like, nobody's posting their failures at the end of the day. Like,
there you go.
Nobody's being real. Like, as I was saying, I'll be at home, sit there probably picking my nose or something silly, but I'm never going to post that online. But I'm going to post like the highlights of my life, like me when I've got my makeup on, like when I'm going out, when I'm looking good, like the best version of myself, and that's okay. But then I see how it has the effects on our self-esteem, and how we are always seeking that validation,
you're
wanting
to
be
liked,
liked, literally. And it's so mad because I catch myself doing it. I've been guilty. Like, I've posted a picture before, and I'm like, you admit, like, I'm not even lying here because we all do it. And like, you'll post a picture, and after about a few minutes, you are going to look back at your picture to see how many likes you've got within the small space of time.
You want that dopamine, don't you?
Literally,
you want that dopamine.
It's so sad, but we all do it, and
we all do
I
it.
do feel like people forget that, but then it is amazing because there's the advantages. Like, I know obviously you said that you had to take time out because of the pressures, but that's good because it's that self-reflection.
Yes, I had to.
We all don't do it. Like, I did, but I never used to.
TLC, you've got to look after yourself. You've got to find out what really matters and what's real. We've got to keep remembering what's real, because this is just cyber. It's virtual reality. I mean, I would prefer to see people in real life. I always prefer, you can't get around this meeting.
Exactly, and just being present in the moment.
Exactly, in that moment.
We're just so focused on just being on like the online version of ourselves, like, and then when we're actually out, like, I'll go out for dinner with my friends, and most of us, they're all just on their phone, and you just think you're not even present in the moment, and then that's how you lose like the actual. I can't think of the word. What would the word be? Like, do you know when you're just not present?
Yeah.
And then it's like that validation, and it kind of takes out the emotion and the feeling of.
Well, I did write something.
Like,
it is very staged and it's not authentic. So you're right. It takes away from everything.
False.
It's false. It's fake, and it's a deception. But I mean, it's each to their own.
Yeah, but I do understand though.
Reflecting on myself and the choice I had to make, and it was real good. It was perfect. It was the right choice, because what I have at home is more than what is on social media.
Exactly. But it's hard, because I'll like just devil's advocate here, but because the thing is, on social media, there are people, like, as soon as you get over 10,000 followers, like, you can make serious money. And so I don't blame people that if you can treat it as a business and you understand, so you wake up, you've set your targets, you've set your certain posts, and you've done it like that. Because there's influencers that are just staying in their bedroom, putting their makeup on, and they're making money without leaving the house. So I can actually understand and see from like a millennial's perspective why social media is good, using it as a correct platform. But at the same time, it's like we are very cloned. There's so many like 10 versions of ourselves, and you get like all these girls that want to post pictures looking good, which is fine. But then that's how we do make a rod for our own back, because if I'm constantly going to post looking good in this dress or having your makeup perfect, you've then set that standard, and then you feel like I can't actually post a picture of myself now because I don't look that nice today, and then it's
I hear that. That's messed up, isn't it? That's messed up. So, do you think we're being persuaded to replace apps for reality then?
Yeah, completely.
So we're shooting ourselves in the foot to really get absorbed. We have to kind of balance what's really needed, isn't it?
Do any of Does your son or anyone have a phone?
Yeah, my 12-year-old, we need to contact him for his whereabouts. He's just kind of learning the roads and getting home by himself. He's doing really well.
That's
And so he's using it really responsibly.
What apps does he
So
have?
we're
Instagram
happy.
and stuff?
We
or
we
YouTube?
don't give him many apps at all. He's just there, as I said, the phone is just there as something, as a tool.
Communication port.
Yes, that's right. As that, for him to get in contact with us when he's coming home or probably gone to some extra curriculum, and we have to kind of link with him. We just don't want
Yeah.
him all over London, out in the
Like,
dark.
don't
We
worry, I'm
want to
just
make
over
sure
here,
we
Mum,
can
it's
link with him.
fine.
Exactly. So yeah, you have to even watch your children, because
Yeah.
imagine we're adults and we're having these problems, or we're actually seeing and concerned about these issues, and young people, they're so gullible and they
Yeah,
absorb
they're more
everything.
naive.
Yeah, they're into these
Do you
apps.
think it's harder
as soon
for
as they
them?
come out,
Like,
they're in it.
It's harder
Popping.
for them though, because at least like
So
with my
hard.
generation of people, like, when we went to school, like I had a Nokia. I was
Yeah.
really good at snakes, but like where I had the Nokia, I didn't have the social media. Like we'd have to turn off the computer to be able to use the phone.
Yeah.
So and now you can literally like use the internet on the phone. So that's
Wow, they're
absolutely
making it
mad.
easier.
And I just think
So
at
they
least
are,
I had
yeah.
that intelligence, like that emotional intelligence,
Yes.
to how to interact and engage with people. So then
is
you
that.
get people that don't know how, like my daughter, when she grows up, when she's like, when it's cool to, post up and everything else, because she won't be allowed a phone for a very long time.
Oh, good.
But like, because you have to monitor
Yeah,
it.
you
But
do.
I feel sorry
You
for them
do.
because
Make sure she's ready for it.
where
Exactly.
we're already so like self-obsessed with image,
Yes.
like it's only going to get worse.
Yes.
To be honest with you, like let's be realistic. As much as we're like, there are people that are awake to the situation. They're like, no, we have to
Yeah.
make a difference. But then the reality of it is, if everyone's doing it, nobody at school wants to be the kid that is different from the norm. I mean, so she's not going to
Yeah.
be the one that doesn't want to post different to the other people, and that's where I feel as raising the next generation of children, like it's really, really dangerous. And I do fear for them and their self-esteem. So it's a bit like, I don't know how actually I'm going to cope realistically trying to raise a child when we're so cloned and we're just trying to like be these robotic like humans just seeking validation online.
This is the thing. That's what's really, I guess, my concern, because that is what that's what's going to make the person of you, make or break you. Because
Yeah.
imagine if those people don't like you now, what's up with that?
Exactly.
How you going to have a good day?
Exactly.
How
And
you
that's
going
the
to face
thing, but
the
we
day?
don't. And that's the
So,
thing.
you wake up in the morning, as you said, the phone alerts you. Boom, you're in.
Yeah, but kids aren't, because children, they're not sure of them. Because we're grown women, like, it's okay for us if we don't get the validation we want. But children that don't have self-esteem and don't know how their own emotions, how are we actually going to, like, deal with them trying to understand and not being liked online?
Well, this
It's
is
a
it. We have to
problem.
school them beforehand. You cannot just give
Yes.
them that world.
I'm
You
like,
cannot,
yes,
yeah, you
sorry.
cannot just introduce them to that world and give them a phone and
Yeah.
leave them. That
But
is
we
not
do.
that
That's
is not
the
smart
thing.
as a parent. You need to be
not.
smarter than the phone.
Yeah.
You need to be smart.
Yeah,
parents.
smartphones, smart
We need to
humans.
be smart. I had to be smart. As I said, I took that time off and I spent time with my family. I was so lucky to have them and to be able to just throw myself
Yeah.
into looking after and nurturing them and into my mummy role. I love my mummy role, and I was
Yeah.
actually given I had to cut off some of my mummy role to be
Yeah.
socially active
And I
in the
think-
media, in that kind of social media
Yeah.
role. So you have to balance it. Because as I said, my mummy role is first,
And thank
first
you
and
for
foremost.
sharing that, because not that many people
Yeah.
are honest about taking time off because of the effects of social
I
media
had
pressure. It's
to.
like people will lie and be like, "Oh, I just was busy," but to actually be honest, and it's nice. So then anyone that would tune in and listen, like
I took
they'd
myself
understand
out
that,
of the situation.
your mental space and your environment. Just take that break if you need to.
If you
so
need
thank
to.
you for sharing that, Mike. It's amazing.
You have to. It's your psychological makeup, and so you have to work out, how do I feel? How am I feeling? How does this make me feel?
Yeah. How
You
does
know?
social media make you feel?
Exactly, and be good to yourself.
Because I feel like, especially on here, so anyone listening, it's important that we're honest with ourselves about taking time out. So I'm actually so glad that you shared that, so people don't feel pressured
Absolutely.
for coming offline and actually focusing on themselves and what they need to deal with at home.
Exactly, I think it's just what you have to do. The woman has to do what the woman has to do. So I was just wondering, did you know that the average person checks their mobile phone over 150 times
No.
per day?
That's me, I'm probably 200. But
Is that you? No, but seriously, if you've been affected by social media pressures or any of the stuff that we've been talking about, if you want to contact us, comment, please like, share, subscribe, and
Let
watch
us know.
again. We'll see you next time.